Hello, everybody. Welcome back to On the Come Up with KG. And today I have another very special guest, my friend Michael J. Scott. And I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Sure. How y'all doing? I'm Michael J. Scott. I'm an actor out of Dallas, Texas. I'm a content creator, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. We haven't
Yeah,
seen each other since,
probably before 2020 or 2020, a little bit maybe.
I think, before 2020 pandemic. So we met because we went to the same college, went
Hmm.
to Grambling. We had some mutual friends. And now you didn't finish
Hell no,
Grambling, right?
college dropout, baby.
Okay. So why? Why did you decide that college just wasn't for you?
So when I was there, I was in the theater arts program. I was a visual performing arts major, and everything was pretty smooth. And I'm not gonna lie to you, COVID really like changed everyone's life, of course, but mine was a little bit different. So in the theater arts department, my professor, like my second acting coach, he passed away.
Oh,
And before he passed away, we had a long conversation, like 2 hours. And he was just telling me about his life and how he was in LA and living on the streets and trying to act and auditioning and doing all these things. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
yeah.
But when we got off the phone, he just told me that he, if he were me, that he would leave.
Mm,
And that wasn't the end all be all, but at that time I was creating content out of CEV. The whole complex had left. So it was just me and Tate, my
yeah.
girlfriend, and I was just making videos, making content, and I ran up like maybe 12,000 followers on TikTok at that time.
Mhm.
And I don't know, my coach he told me that and I don't know. I feel like as a professor, you wouldn't really get that. Like you're telling me
Mhm.
to leave school, bro?
Yeah.
Like and after that he passed away and I just felt like, okay, I gotta chase my dreams and I gotta make this shit happen.
Okay. And did you have a lot of support when you made that decision from like family, friends, or
Absolutely not.
no?
No. Like absolutely not. Like everyone pretty much thought I was insane for doing that
Yeah.
shit. And it was a pretty hard storm to weather, but I'm pretty confident in myself and my abilities, so
Mhm.
it wasn't no turning back after that.
Okay. And so you said you started creating content on on TikTok. How did that come about?
So really, it was Twitter. Like that was the very first place that I started creating. Like I started creating on TikTok, but I was taking the videos from TikTok and posting them on Twitter. And I actually got in contact with Drewski.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he retweeted a couple of my videos, and that really just
Yeah.
jumped me off. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'm creating content. You guys like this shit, I can definitely come with some more stuff and keep y'all entertained. Because
Okay.
we see the story, we see the people
Yeah.
create content, they start going viral. Next thing you know, they're on your TV screen. So
Right.
I was just like, I'm gonna follow that route.
Okay. And you know Juicy's gonna be here at the end of the month. I'm coming to his
Word,
comedy show.
word.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that's
got
lit.
backstage patches and all.
Yeah, take
I'm
some
gonna be
pictures
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, lock in,
I'm gonna be
lock
like,
in.
look, yeah, you remember him? No.
That's hard.
um, but okay, so you started creating content, and then, so when did you realize that acting was something that you wanted to pursue seriously?
Um, 2017.
Hmm.
So, we're kind of like the same age as the year all the time. So I was 17 years old, and before I graduated, I was creating like these dumb skits, but I was doing it on Snapchat. And people would comment and be like, bro, you're so funny. You can do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to school, and then they're giving me physical interactions like, bro, please don't stop making videos. And I'm like, man, shut up. I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't make no skits, but I liked it because I thought it was funny. It was funny to me. And went to Gremlin, and I ended up not being able to try out for the team. And at that point, I'm like, yo, I can't play football. What am I gonna do? Because I don't think I want to just work or, what I'm saying, do what my parents do. My dad's a Dallas police officer. My mom's a social worker.
Hmm.
I love them to death, but those are two jobs that I don't want to do.
Hmm.
So I isolated myself for a minute, and I was watching a show called Stranger Things, and they just inspired me. So I'm like, this is it.
Hmm.
This is what I'm gonna do, and started going to acting classes.
So in retrospect, whenever you were younger, did that thought maybe cross your mind that you didn't realize, you didn't kind of put the pieces together until now that you're older?
It was crazy because it's just like I was just doing stuff. That's
Mhm.
like really how it felt. And I appreciate 17-year-old Michael J. Scott for his decisions to, lock in and not pay attention to everyone else and to really figure out what he wanted to do. And
Mhm.
because of his decisions, I'm here today.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And so on TikTok, if you guys aren't following him on TikTok, you make videos that are inspired by 90s or early 2000s sitcoms. How did you get started doing that?
It was a trend. So really my whole TikTok presence has come from trends. I was just doing trends, 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 trends. And I heard this sound and it just like it felt like home because I've watched so much
Mhm.
Family Matters and Martin and Fresh Prince, and I'm like, yo, if I can start making something similar to this, it's gonna go crazy because I know the cadence. It's like a rhythm when it comes to those types of
Right.
shows, and I just started, doing putting my own little twist on it, adding commercials to it and shit like that.
Yeah, so I was gonna mention that too. It's not like it's just a video. There's a whole production and editing, and there's the laughs and the commercial breaks.
Yeah,
How did you do all that by yourself?
yeah, that's all me.
What? So have you ever considered going into maybe production or directing?
Absolutely, absolutely. I have pinnacles that I definitely want to reach,
Mhm.
as I gain more traction in my acting career. But acting for me is how I'm going to enter
Yeah.
the industry.
Mhm.
And once I get in there, I'm definitely gonna want to produce some stuff. I'm definitely gonna want to direct eventually.
Okay. And so now that you're not in school anymore, are you doing acting full time or do you have
I
a
acting
job
full time, baby.
full time?
Full time.
And what's that like? Is there like a lot of pressure? Because I know it's a very competitive atmosphere where you're trying to show that you're the best fit for a specific role. How is that?
Yeah, it's a challenge for sure, but I feel like you have to have confidence in yourself,
Mhm.
like ultimate confidence. And I don't know if anybody's been watching, but Michael B. Jordan's have a lot of interviews right now because of Creed.
Yeah.
And he's just been saying like lately that you have to be delusional. And it does take a level of craziness. Like, bro, it's something a little bit wrong with you
Yeah.
to think that you can just do this, but whatever that is, I have it. And
Mhm.
I try to exercise that as best I can because, when you get no's and people are telling you, yeah, you're not the fit, you're not this, you're too short, or you're too tall, or you're too
Mhm.
this color or that color, you're gonna eventually get your yes. You just can't quit. That's all it is.
And that's all it really takes. Is like
Facts.
that one that one yes.
That one yes, and
That
it's
one.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, because it's like, I always hear this analogy all the time. It's like, if you keep knocking on a door and you keep getting a no, and then there's 13 doors, would you stop if you knew that the 13th door was gonna be that opportunity?
Like you really don't know, and you just gotta keep knocking.
Mhm. And so what would be your dream role? Like, what is something you would just think you would dominate in, something that you think you've always dreamt of playing?
It's a couple roles, KG. I'm not gonna lie to
We got
you.
time. What
But I definitely want to play a spy in a movie one day.
Really?
I do want to do a spy movie. Like I want to be some type of 007 character. You know what I'm saying? I also want to do like a soldier type of role,
Okay.
like a war movie. And really just whatever the wind brings to me, wherever it takes me.
Mhm.
But those two roles definitely. A
Mm.
spy and a soldier, I definitely feel like I can knock those out the park.
Yeah, and would you see yourself doing a sitcom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like in that type of genre, well, I could thrive there,
Okay.
honestly. And me, myself alone, I always say this, but I can't do this by myself. It always takes like
Very true.
other great actors too. And, and that's really what I'm aiming for. Like, I want to work with great people,
Mhm.
people who have the same mindset as me, people who are, you know what I'm saying, just trying to be great like I
Mhm.
am.
And so who in the industry who is somebody that you look up to or somebody that inspires you?
Great question. I get it all the time. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you, not to sound conceited, but when I look in the mirror, that guy really does inspire me
Yeah.
a lot. But on the outside, I like, a lot of people. Damson Idris, he's
Ooh, that's
really,
my guy.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like Damson. Let me see. I actually have my notes
Okay, okay,
because
okay.
it's a
Go
couple
for it.
people.
Go for it.
Yeah. Um, have you ever seen Glass?
No, I
Okay.
don't think so.
Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I got a couple favorite actors. So Jonathan Majors, of course.
Mhm.
He's been going crazy, but I've been on his trail since 2020 when he was in Lovecraft.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
he's one of my favorite for sure. Very, very powerful actor. Sarah Paulson.
I love Sarah Paulson.
She is so
She's
dynamic
goaded.
to me.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't know, she has a lot of range.
she's great.
And even though she's a woman and she's also Caucasian, I still take bits and pieces from,
No,
you
she's
know what I'm
great.
saying? And one more guy, and I'm gonna name him because I have a lot of people in here, but my guy James McAvoy, I think that's how you say his name. But he's what's the movie? X-Men. He's on Glass. He's
Okay.
on Split. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That's my guy. I really, really love his performance. I love
Okay. Yeah,
watching him.
he's good.
Definitely.
And what is it that you're taking from these actors? Because it's probably something that you're taking from each of them, not necessarily their whole,
For
you know.
sure. For sure. I just like to pay attention to how they like dominate their character, how well their character comes over for me. Because when I go to the movies and I sit down in that seat, I'm an actor myself.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of like studying. But if you're able to like get me out of the study realm and like now I'm just sitting here
For
enjoying,
entertainment, yeah.
that's how I know this actor is doing their job for
Hmm.
sure. So I try to emulate that whenever I'm creating or whenever I'm on screen and I just try to be the best that I can be.
Okay, those are some good picks. Sarah Paulson, that's my
Yeah.
girl. They
She's
always say
lit.
stuff like, if there was a race war, what are a few white people you would
Right.
say? Sarah Paulson's on my list.
Definitely. She definitely
At
got
what point did you realize this is going to be a reality for you? Like acting is going to be something that you do for the rest of your life? Because I know you had success on Instagram or TikTok and Twitter and stuff like that.
it.
Was that the point where you realized, okay, this is the real deal?
That was just fun to me. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying? Because I've been acting for 6 years now. So really, when I first started going to classes, I was 18. I just turned 18 years old. That was when it was like, okay,
Mm,
this is what I'm about to be doing. Because, I'm investing money in this. I'm putting a lot of time into this. I'm studying monologues, reading scripts, and, I'm networking. That was my very first lesson. So in high school, before I graduated, this might have been like 3 months before I graduated, my dad called me because he was working the traffic for a Nissan commercial.
okay.
And he was like, yeah, come down here and just come down here. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And I went, and that was my very first lesson that, hey, you have to talk to people.
Yeah.
So I just got on set, and anybody that I stood next to, hey, what do you do?
Mm,
Oh, I'm a PA. Like, what's that? I'm a production assistant. Basically, I do anything that the director asks me, and I make sure everybody's in the right place. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Get away from that person. Go ask another person. Hey, what do you do? I'm a grip. Well, what's that?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm here, I'm there, I'm doing this, and that's how I got one of my first opportunities to be in something.
Mm.
This is a guy named Shane and Raheem. Shout out to you guys. Haven't talked to them in a while, but shout out to them. They was like, hey, we got this commercial. You want to be in it? It's like it's for a church, and we'll pay you $50. I said, $50? Fucking right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's like the first thing that I booked on my own.
Yeah.
But before that, my dad got me into another commercial, which was also a Nissan commercial, and I made $1,100
Oh wow.
on just one day of work. And I walked up some steps, walked down some steps, walked up some steps, walked down some steps. Cut. That's a wrap. Go
You didn't have
home.
no lines?
No lines. And they paid me $1,100. I
Oh
was
wow.
18, so I was
Okay.
like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I can keep doing this, this is what I'm gonna do. So that was truly like it was a taste of that paper, and also just the way that I was treated on set. Do you need any water?
Hmm.
Are you hot? How does your clothes feel? Is your wardrobe? They put me in clothes. I'm like, this is lit. Like they're
Yeah.
catering to me, they're taking care of me. Like, cool. That was just like the fun aspect, and
Yeah.
then I started realizing like performance and being able to be vulnerable on camera
Hmm.
and auditioning. Of course, that's a thing in itself. But yeah, overall, that was what made me feel like this is for me.
And so, with the auditioning process, I know you're probably going to get a lot of no's. How do you deal with rejection?
Of the first thing I ever all right, so let me tell you about my first audition ever. So, whenever I think I was 18 still. I was still 18, and this lady was shooting a short film. It
Hmm.
was a story about this kid. He got like rolled up in some gym mats.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know his name, but I can't think of it.
What?
Kendrick
Kendrick
Johnson. There you go.
Johnson.
Yeah.
So she was doing like a little short film based off of his situation, and she told me that she wanted me to audition for it.
Mhm.
I said, okay, for sure. But we're talking, this kid's like 17, 18, maybe somewhere in there. So I'm the same age. You know, I can feel that role in. I probably got to twist my hair up because he had
Yeah, he
like,
had locks or something.
right. And I'm getting ready to go to my audition and I have jeans on and I have a hoodie on. And as I'm walking out the door, my mom stops me. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to go audition.
Mhm.
She said, you never go to a job interview wearing anything like that.
Yeah.
You always put on dress pants. You always put on dress shoes and a shirt, a nice dress shirt. I said, I don't know, ma. I don't think, you know what
It's
I'm
not that
saying?
type of it's not
Yeah,
that type
my
of
acting
party.
coach had just told me, I went to acting class the day before, and he said, always dress the part.
Mhm.
Dress the part. If you're going in as a firefighter, you need to look like a firefighter.
Mhm.
You're going in as a surgeon or, you know, a freaking zookeeper, you need to look like it, you know? And I completely disregarded what my acting coach said, and I did what my mom told me to do because that's my mother.
Mhm.
And obviously, as you know, I did not get the part because I had on slacks, dress shoes, and a shirt for a kid that was gonna run in the store and grab a freaking Arizona iced tea.
Yeah.
So she's like, what the frick are you
Yeah,
doing?
what's
You know? And that was one of my first big lessons for just life. Honestly, that was a huge lesson for me because I'm like, I'm going to class for this. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
investing my time into learning this craft. And I just let my mom, who is a social worker,
Yeah.
dictate my whole shit. And I didn't get that role because of that. Actually, I almost got it. I was still good. You know what I mean? I still
Mhm.
auditioned well, but it's just like, you don't even look like where you going, bro? You finna pitch me a sale. Like, that's how I look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first no and it hurt because I still went to that premiere and I saw who booked it.
What?
Yeah, but in actuality, the film was terrible. So I really ain't tripping,
So was
but
it the person who actually got the role, they were in the audition room or whatever
they
with you?
weren't there. I'm pretty sure they came like right after me.
Oh, okay.
I was like the first one to audition. But yeah, I saw that for what it was and I made sure to adjust. And the next thing I auditioned for, I actually didn't get it at first. And then she ended up calling me back and telling me I got the lead role for it.
For what?
It was a feature film called Indifferent Enchantment. It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Also another terrible film. Don't judge me off of that film. You know what I'm saying? Disclaimer. But yeah, that was still one of my first ever roles and my first lead role for a 6-month film.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how do you decide what you're going to participate in? Is it just a matter of getting your face and your name out there, or are you very intentional about what you decide to participate in?
Now I'm very specific
Yeah.
now in my career at this point. But at the beginning, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's a camera and there's some lights there, I'm going. Like that's it. They paying me, they not, I'm going. It don't
Yeah.
matter. But now it's like, yeah, y'all only paying 250 for me to come 6 hours to get to y'all. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I won't be in attendance. But you know, if it all makes sense, I'm doing it.
And I seen the short film on YouTube. Is it Boo Thing?
Blue
I
thing.
seen that. Did you audition for that, or did you know somebody who was doing it? How did that?
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Half Pint Films.
Yeah.
He's pretty big in the music scene, but he's dibbling dabbling in the film and he's trying to, you know, get his stuff off with film. And he actually saw my 90s sitcom on TikTok.
Okay.
He commented. I'm like, oh snap! I've been knowing this guy.
Mm.
This Pint. He's saying we need to work. I'm like, okay, cool. A couple days later, he DM'd me and he was like, hey, come. I don't have to audition because I've already watched you. You know.
Oh yeah.
So he brought me on board and immediately made me the lead role. And I don't know, that really made me happy and it just made me feel like maybe I am doing a little something right for myself, you know. But yeah, I did not have to audition for that.
And was it fun?
It
Cause
was.
it was good. It was a good short film. I
I
watched it, the whole
appreciate that.
thing.
I really
It was
appreciate
good.
that.
Okay, so you also did the Will Smith was Emancipation on
Emancipation.
Apple TV?
Apple TV.
Okay. And what was that like?
That now that was an experience. That was my first time being on a multi-million dollar set.
Mhm.
So it was like it was surreal, but it was also like a feeling of this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like, all right, this is the highest level. Will Smith is right there.
Mhm.
Like this man is like where this, you know what I mean? Where this
Yeah.
poster is like, he's right here. This is it. This is where I want to be, you know. So when it came to doing that, it was actually a crazy process because the way I got hired is kind of crazy. So when you become an actor starting out, it's pretty hard because a lot of people are just trying to scam you.
Mhm.
Like you apply to something, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, come in, do you can walk the runway. We're gonna take some pictures of you." Then we get to the meat of the gristle, and it's like, "Yeah, so we're gonna need 1,500 a month,
Yeah.
and we're gonna make you a star." And it's like, you need 1,500 from me to
Oh,
make me a star?
right.
Who have y'all made a star? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's come through you guys?
Yeah.
So when I applied for that, um, they hit me back like 2 hours later.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
I know the process, man. When I
Yeah.
send auditions through, you guys is not supposed to hit me back. I know I'm supposed to have like at least a couple days for y'all
Right.
to see some stuff. They hit me back immediately, told me I need to be in New Orleans for a COVID test, and it was all legit.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith was actually there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It was a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience. I met so many great people on that set. So many people that I feel like are going to be huge assets for me in the future.
And so, was that your favorite project that you've done so far, you think?
That and Wu Tang.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm so hungry. Like it's not. I'm not finished. Like
Yeah.
this is chump change compared to where I'm going to be.
Right.
You know. But seeing that, being around that atmosphere, really let me know that I do have what it takes to be here,
Mhm.
and I can thrive. Not just be on set and be an extra, but I can run this shit. Like I
Yeah.
can be the lead role and be respected on set and actually have a great performance
Mhm.
each and every day, of course.
Yeah. And I think the sorry, I got
You good?
distracted. I think so I told you I did watch Boo Thing. I think that the experience that you were having on set or the environment that you were exposed to while filming that, it really shows through your performance.
Really?
Yeah, so I definitely think that that's why I asked earlier, are you now more intentional about what you decide to go after? I think that that's very important is being intentional about what you decide to put your time and effort because you can see and feel that through the screen, you know.
Definitely,
Like
definitely.
as somebody who's just watching it, I feel like okay, he like this was a great experience for him and it shows through his performance.
Absolutely. Like it's professionalism.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And you work your way up. You're gonna do some sucky stuff. Your first anything is going
Yeah.
to suck.
Yeah.
It's just that's just the fact. You know what I'm saying? You might have a natural born talent for something, but down the line, once you get more seasoned, you're gonna look back and think that you sucked.
Mhm.
And that's okay because once you start, you get to that 50th try of doing something, you're looking good, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But yeah, professionalism is huge. It's not all about what's happening in front of the screen, but behind it as well,
Right.
and off of it as well.
Mhm.
Like everything matters when it comes to film. From audio, that's huge.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear goddamn TV static. You know what I'm saying? And wardrobe, it matters. You need to look like what you're trying to portray.
Mhm.
Like I was saying about audition, it's
Yeah.
got to look the part. But yeah, all of that definitely matters. And as you work your way up, you're not just working with better cameras, you're working with better people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. And it's gonna show when production comes out.
And for somebody who has never acted before, is unexperienced, if they wanted to get into the field, what would be your best advice for them?
Start.
Just start, just go.
Start.
Before you're ready, just
Yeah,
go.
like because you're never
You're
ready.
never gonna be
You
ready,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? When you're born as a baby, what baby says, "Okay, yeah,
I'm
I'm
ready to
ready
walk.
on." Nah, you know what I'm saying? The doctor's telling the mama that, yeah, your
Yeah.
baby gonna come on March, whatever. Your baby gonna come at this time, and the baby come out what crying and screaming because they
No.
wasn't ready. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we gotta come out here. You gotta start. You gotta do something that's pushing you towards your goals.
Mhm.
Because you're just thinking about it all day. It's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
Real talk. Location matters too. Where you are definitely matters. But it's 2023. If you want to figure out something,
You got a
you
phone,
got a
you got
phone,
social media.
you got Google. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know something in 2023, it's because you don't want to know.
Right.
Straight up.
And do you think that at any point in time you were hesitant on starting because of maybe people who you thought didn't believe in you, or maybe even if you felt embarrassed?
Absolutely. So embarrassment definitely can stop you from doing a lot of things,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to acting, because it's kind of lame at first. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You're not getting no money. It's like, bro, what is this? Like,
Mhm.
oh, you're corny. You're
Yeah.
Like straight up, when I first started, Mrs. James was like, "Yo, what? Like, bro, let's go to the field. You talking
Yeah.
about acting, putting on makeup? Like, get out of here, bro. Come
Yeah.
on." I'm like, "Nah, y'all. I'm dead serious. I'm going to be an actor. That's it now."
Mhm.
So yeah, that definitely is a hump. It's a hump for sure. And no one in my family has ever done anything
Right.
to this magnitude. So when I started doing this, it was very weird. It's like, what?
What you got going
You know what I'm saying?
on?
You want to act? Okay, cool. And when I tried, I decided to drop out of school, it was like, oh, hell no. Like, now you really tripping. Who you think you are? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like, I'm him.
Right. I gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
I gotta do something.
you have to.
I think that's what it is for me too. For a long time, I'm like, what are people gonna think? They're gonna think I'm lame. They're gonna think I'm corny. But I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm a very religious or spiritual person. So my thing is, I'm not here to please y'all. I'm here to
Facts.
please God. So if He's telling me to get in front of this camera and interview people and let people see them for who they are, that's what I'm gonna do.
You thinking about it every day. You watching interviews. You're doing your research. You're indulging in the craft, and you haven't started. What the hell are you waiting for? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's not for no reason that you're thinking about this stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm obsessed with acting. This is
Yeah.
all I think about. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? There's no possible way that I could not act on all of these thoughts. I would
Mhm.
probably explode.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
real talk.
And I always say, like, if there's a crippling desire placed on your heart, it's there for a reason.
It's your destiny.
Yeah,
Like
it's there for a reason.
you we're human and it's so many people on this planet, you know, we all have our individual gifts, but with our gifts we also have time that we have to go against. We're not alive forever,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? But when you understand and when you figure out what you want to do, it's like, hey, now or never.
And what would you say to somebody who's still trying to figure out what it is that they want to do?
If everyone's different, you know what I mean, everyone has different backgrounds, everyone comes from different stuff, you know, and different upbringings to like, you know, 'cause some people have good households that they come from. Some people have supportive people in their family. Some people have people that absolutely hate them and don't give a fuck about what they're doing or
Yeah.
them at all. So anybody though, whichever category you fall into, I just feel like just slow roll it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If it's too much to just jump into, slow roll it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
Your time is gonna come regardless, and what's for you is for you.
Mhm.
Like, but you do have to start. Like,
Yeah,
you
you do
gotta
have to
start. You
start.
gotta attack it.
Definitely. You have to start. That's why I was in the last episode I had said something along the lines of like, I don't want people to watch this and think, "Oh, she knows what she's doing. She got to figure it out." That's so far from the truth.
Yeah,
We don't know what we're doing. Brian, production, he's never filmed. He does photography. He's never filmed anything before.
really.
So this is all new to him. We're just have an idea. I have a community of people who can tap into this, can tap into that.
Facts.
I know a little bit about this. And we come together and create something. And we put it out there with hopes of somebody seeing it and be like, "Oh, I can do it."
Yeah.
You know?
Like this is traction. I said in one of my previous interviews because the guy asked me like, did you know you were gonna be doing this? Did you know you're gonna be acting? And you know, I'm saying like, yeah, everything's thought out. You know what I mean? Everything's pretty much premeditated. I'm studying this shit. This ain't like I'm
Mhm.
just walking in the dark with a cane. But on the contrary, it is exactly like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I don't know exactly how I'm going to get to where I'm going to get to. I just know I'm going to get
You're
there.
gonna get there, right?
That's it, you know. And like with you and with this is a start.
Something.
This is something. This is that spark, and you don't know where this can take you
Right.
or how long. Like you can be somewhere in the next 6 months that you never imagined,
Mhm.
or you can be somewhere in the next 6 years that you never imagined.
Mhm.
But you can't really put that on your mind too much. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to be 100 years old. Like, man, just do it.
Yeah, it's about detaching from the outcome and being like, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel like I should be doing. So I'm gonna do it. Whatever happens tomorrow is tomorrow's problem. Whatever happens 6 months from now, that's 6 months from now, you know?
Absolutely.
But the consistency and the intention or the intent of doing it because it's placed on your heart to do it in one way, shape, or form, or eventually it's gonna pay off for you.
I feel like that's your gift.
Hmm.
That's your gift. And you know, I think Denzel said it. No, I don't think I know Denzel said it. he was talking about when you're on your deathbed and you have all the ghosts around your bed and they're asking you like, hey man, why didn't you fulfill us? Like why didn't you,
Yeah.
the ghost of your gifts, the ghost of your like your wants out of life, and you didn't go get them. It's like that's it, bro.
Mhm.
That's it. Once you are gone, you are gone.
That's it.
Like we're young right now, sure, but we weren't gonna be young in 20 years. We
Mhm.
ain't gonna be young in 30 years. Like, and in 30 years, you know how much we can get done if we're hustling, if we're trying. That's it.
And the thing about that is that really the only or the main thing that's preventing people from trying is the pushback or what other people are going to think. And like I said earlier, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
And I always say, like, practice humility because at the end of the day, I can post something on my social media that might be corny or cringy or whatever to the masses, but they're not going to think about that their whole entire day. Nobody's going to, and if they are, they probably need to get off social media.
But if
But
they are, look, the flip side to that, if you are able to spark someone's mind to where
yeah,
they are thinking about you all
all
day
day.
long, you won.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially on social media.
Yeah.
You win. Like you scrolled across my video at 12 and you still thinking about me at 12 that night,
Mhm.
I win. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And you kind of just have to think about it like that. Like people are gonna say what they want
Mhm.
at any given moment, and that comes from anywhere. Your girlfriend, your mama,
Mhm.
your daddy, hell, your dog. You know what I'm saying? Like people are they're gonna say what they want, and you can either let all of that shit affect you, whether it's good or bad, or you can just be like, take it in and keep it pushing, regardless.
Mhm.
Like I get so many accolades all the time. Oh, bros, is so funny. Oh, you're the next this. You're the next that. You know what I'm saying? Or come around people. Oh, what's up, Hollywood? Oh,
Mhm.
Denzel. What's up, Will Smith? Like they're calling me this, and
Mhm.
I appreciate it so much. But I've also gotten comments like, bro, you need to stop. This is corny.
Yeah.
This is lame. You copied off of this person, or you did this. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest criticism have come from the people closest to me.
Yeah.
And I know we've all heard that before. It sounds so cliche, but yeah, I've gotten very, very big criticism from my loved ones, people I love the most.
Mhm.
So just gotta keep going, fight through it. It's just words.
And do you think that it's going to take a certain level, like for you to do something major for that to switch, or are you just not even concerned about it? Like,
So you saying like people saying things about me or
yeah, so it's like people might see you taking smaller steps, like, okay, he's in this short film or he's in this, okay, whatever. Do you think it's going to take something major for them to be like you're in a major film on maybe Netflix or in the theater for them to be like, "Oh, he wasn't bullshitting." This is
like that's gonna happen regardless. But
yeah.
you're absolutely right. Like that's definitely gonna happen. It only takes that. Once you do that big thing, or once you're on a bigger platform, people just respect what you do now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's money involved. Like there's a lot of money flowing around this business.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's business. So when people see you're doing it on that scale, it's just immediate respect. Even if they didn't respect you yesterday,
Right.
and respect you today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It's just gonna come with it comes with the game. It
Mhm.
comes with it.
Okay. And so on your way up, on the come up, name of the podcast,
Facts,
how do
facts.
you how do you think you'll decipher whether who's here for real, who's here for, who respects your craft or respects what you're doing even at this level, or who do you think is just kind of waiting around for something to pop up? How do you decide who's real and who's not?
It's crazy because I've already hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I've been there
Mhm.
with it. And I'm talking like I'm at the bottom.
Mhm.
Like $30 to my name.
Yeah.
I don't have any money other than these three tens in my pocket.
Mhm.
So it's like those people that were around me at that point will be around me when it's 30 million,
Right.
when it's 300 million. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It'll be the same people. Like I've already shaken out the false people in my
Yeah.
life. Everybody that's not supposed to be here, they're not there now on my come up.
Yeah.
So when I am up, it's still gonna be the same people around me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And we have our falling outs. I get into it with my brothers, I get into it with my girlfriend, get into it with my partners, but these are people that help me create and
Yeah.
help me stay sane. Let's put acting and everything on the back burner right quick. These people help me not die.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They help me live and want to be alive and want to see myself and see them in better places than where we're at right now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, I ain't got to shake nobody out because everybody already shook out.
And on that note, you've been with your girlfriend Tate, and y'all can't see her, but she's here. You've been with her for a while, and I know a lot of people have this idea that if they're in a committed relationship, it's going to prevent them from doing what it is that they need to do or what they love, and it's taking up too much time. And that doesn't seem true for you. And why do you think that is?
Because if not her, then who?
Mhm.
Like that's how I'm always feeling. And we had this conversation the other day actually. It's like, what if I'm holding you back? And what if I'm not the one? I'm like, what if I'm not the one? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What if I'm holding you back? Like,
Mhm.
but it's not that because we're going in the same direction at the same pace. And she waters me and I water her.
Mhm.
You know, we get into it, of course. That's
Right.
what happens. But we know how to speak to each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't say anything too wild and we not destroying each other's
Know
stuff
each other's
and
boundaries, and you
right.
know how to talk to each other. Yeah.
That's so important. And in the laws of making money, whoever you decide to marry in life, whoever you are investing most of your time in romantically, that person is dire. Like that is
Yeah.
important because you can marry the wrong person and ruin your
That's
finances.
one of the most important decisions you're gonna make in your lifetime. Who
Like
you spend your life with.
who you spend your life with, you know. So that's I don't know. It's just something that I guess came with us. Like that is my soulmate. You
Mhm.
feel me? So like it's like we just rocking, we thugging.
And so on to add on to that, it's like I said, you think you being in a committed relationship, and whether you like it or not, being in a committed relationship or romantic relationship with somebody is going to teach you a lot about yourself. Do you think that the things that you've learned in your relationship has been a lesson that you brought into your career as acting, like as far as maybe like commitment or being, being intentional about stuff and stuff like that? Like, do you think that you took some stuff from your relationship?
Absolutely, absolutely. She's pretty much been around for my entire career,
Mhm.
virtually. We were talking when I was 18. We started dating when we were 19.
Mhm.
So I started acting at 17. I hadn't done that much before meeting her. So being with her, she has seen all of my processes. And not to be conceited, but I'm not an ugly guy.
Mhm.
So when I get casted for things, usually people want me to be in love. They
Mhm.
want to see me in a relationship on screen. And I have done sex scenes before.
Mhm.
And she's come to my plays where I've had to kiss a girl on stage. And she's been trucking with me, you know what I mean? We've had our talks about how this goes, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's business. I'm a very loyal person and
Mhm.
she comes from loyalty too. And that was one thing that I really saw in her like, damn, you are loyal and you come from
Mhm.
loyal people. Your family's loyal. That's what I want. That's what I need out of life. I don't need nobody that's gonna change up on me just because whatever.
Mhm.
Like I told you, I hit rock bottom. I dropped out of school and
Yeah.
my life went to absolute shit. You know, so she was there with me through that, and I bring those emotions with me even when I need to bring them out on screen. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But that determination and that just drive, it definitely does come from my partner.
Mhm.
Real talk.
And I think that's important because, like I said earlier, a lot of people think that they can't simultaneously chase their dreams and being in a committed relationship. But I think stories like that prove that when you're on this road of just being a better person and connecting with another person and making sure that their needs are met, like I feel like all in all, it comes full circle and it's going to show in whatever else it is that you do. Like I've heard people say that being in a serious relationship and being faithful to their person is probably the one thing that single-handedly led to their success. So I brought that up for the simple fact of helping people realize that being in a committed, serious relationship is probably doing you more good than harm,
Yeah,
contrary to belief.
yeah, it has its benefits though.
Yeah. So,
But no, I'm gonna expound on that because
okay.
I like this. I like this topic because
Okay. Yes,
we're young
please.
people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And young relationships are looked at as, oh, this is cupcake shit.
Mhm.
Oh, this isn't serious. Y'all are gonna be over with in a little while. You know what I mean? This is temporary. It's like if you know how to pick them, more than likely y'all gonna be together for a while.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel I'm a strong believer in doing unto others as you would want done unto yourself.
Mhm.
That goes for anyone that is not Michael J. Scott. So I treat her how I want to be treated. I treat my little brothers how I want to be treated. I treat my little
Right.
sister how I want to be treated. Even my dog, he gets on my nerves, but I treat him how I want to be treated. I don't want nobody slapping me around. I don't want nobody doing crazy things to me, or you know what I mean, being rude or mean or anything like that. So when I'm doing man stuff and I'm a guy and I'm mad sometimes, or you know, my money looking funny, I try to be good. I try to be nice. I
Hmm.
try to be, I don't know, just a human. I try to be a person in those moments, you know. And when I'm good, I'm the same way. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that ultimately helps me because she gives me that back. It's reciprocation,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know. But I like that definitely. Behind every strong black man is a strong black woman.
They're just not picking the right
It's not
ones.
picking the right ones, man. Go get y'all something that y'all can stay with.
Yeah, and also I think that because of social media or whatever it is, that people are under the interpretation that being in a relationship is supposed to be easy,
You know,
and it's not. That's
no,
just it doesn't matter how you put it, what you do, who you with. It's not going to be easy. You are two different people who come from two different backgrounds, who have two different beliefs, two different lifestyles. But the thing is, it's less about the cuties of the relationship. It's about just the covenant or the idea of being committed to one another
thanks.
and working those things out regardless. And I say that because, as in regards to your career, it's the same thing. It's like there's going to be difficult times. There's going to be times when you want to give up, but maybe you being in this long-term relationship, you already have that idea where things are going to be difficult, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm committed to this and this is what I want long term, so I got to fight through all of that.
hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Like nothing's easy,
Yeah.
you know. I was watching a Showtime boxing documentary last night. Probably don't know, but Caleb Plant and David Benavidez are gonna fight on the 25th of this month. And we were on Caleb Plant's family, and his father has a saying that it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things are simple. You know, relationship is for the most part simple. You're supposed to love each other. You're supposed to care
Hmm.
for each other, and through the bad times, you're supposed to, you know, all of that is so simple to say, and it's supposed to be simple. That does not mean it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Not in any way, shape, or form. It's not. And we're still young. So I have so much more to go through. I've not been married yet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I haven't experienced childbirth. Like, I'll never
Mm.
experience it, of course, but she has to experience childbirth.
Yeah.
I have so many more things and crazy shit to happen. I'm gonna have a little person one day. I'm gonna have little people one day.
Hmm.
They gotta grow up and be their own individuals. Like, those are all future things that are gonna come, but I'm preparing for those things.
Committed. That's
Yeah.
what that's what it comes boils to. I'm committed.
I'm
Like this
committed.
is,
Like,
you know.
we gonna get through it. We
Hmm.
human. It's gonna be ugly. Son probably gonna fall down the stairs one day, hit his head. You gonna have to rush him to the ER. Like,
Right.
I don't know, but right now that's not happening. But
Yeah.
eventually it
Who
will.
wants to eat what for dinner or what, you
Right.
know?
Kids be having favorite stuff. They want to press the elevator button. Let them press. You know what I mean? They do that type of stuff, and we're the same way. We're just older. We're
Hmm.
still kids our damn self.
Yeah, very true.
Like it's crazy.
And so in your creative process, like what does that look like for you? Like what is it that you believe in? What keeps you going? What's, just stuff like that.
Like spiritually,
Yeah.
I'm a believer in God.
Hmm.
I'm a believer in God. I don't. I don't know if I'm a Christian anymore.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm very up in the air right now about my spirituality and specifics.
What it is that you believe
Yeah,
in.
but I know for a fact there is a higher being. I know that we're all put here for a reason, even if those reasons are bad reasons. Um, and I just genuinely believe that one day everything will make sense.
Hmm.
You know, so I do believe in something. I ain't just like, oh no, nothing exists. I'm doing all this on my own. Like, hell no,
Yeah.
hell
It's
no.
I was just like that. I was like maybe a year ago, I was like, there's something, I don't know what it is. I just recently re-gave my life to Christ in a different light, and that's helped me in one way. And I'm here now, so there's proof. But that's personal. That's
Right.
person to person. Everybody has their own thing. I'm not here to. My whole thing is just to, in any way, shape, or form, with this platform, maybe to show people what it's like to have a relationship with Christ through the way that I present myself, through the way that I talk. But
Absolutely.
it's never my intention to press that issue. But
Absolutely. But you're doing the right thing. And you're an influencer.
yeah.
And at the end of the
Impact,
day.
I would like to say.
Right.
You know.
Right. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's what we're here to do. Like I influence
Mhm.
my creations. People, they're not just. This isn't just creating. Like this is deeper than that.
Exactly.
Like people are
That's what I
actually
always say.
watching this shit, and I don't know who. Like I look at my phone and I see these numbers, and it's like that's just 44.4 with a K at the end.
Mhm.
That's numbers to me. You know what I mean? That doesn't look like anything. But if 44,000 people were actually in front of me,
Sitting, yeah.
that it's gonna change everything. I've never been in front of that many people before. So
Mhm.
when I see these numbers, it's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, I got 200 and whatever the heck thousand followers on TikTok. I got 10,000 on Instagram. Like, it's cool to see. But when you actually are being told to your face by people that, hey, your stuff is inspiring me, your stuff is influencing me. I'm getting DMs saying, hey, bro, if you need anybody, if you need any extra actors, hit me up, bro. I'm down. I'm coming. I'm like, wow, you guys actually like this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is just stuff I'm propping my phone up and making it happen. It take me 4.5 hours to edit it, but I love it
Yeah.
because I just want to see what we just made come to life.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And I think that speaks to the tone of everybody. I am a firm believer that every single person on this planet has a purpose to fulfill. And even if your video impacts one person to where it makes a difference in their lives, like we're all connected one way or another.
Right.
So you're helping that one person fulfill their purpose, which just it's all for full circle. We all come together and help each other one way or another. So that's why I always say, like, it's not necessarily about even the monetary value or what you're going to necessarily gain as far as maybe like clout or money.
Right.
But as far as you knowing, okay, even if it was just one person, I helped the light bulb go off in their head. It's like, okay, I need to do this from now on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know, do you have siblings?
I have 10 siblings.
Yeah. I think you told me that when we
Yeah.
were at ground. But yeah, like the people close to you, those are like the first people that you kind of
Influence,
influence.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you're older or younger, like my little brothers influenced me to do a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Might not have been the smartest and stuff, but they've influenced me, you know, and I'm definitely an influence on them. I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So I'm always being looked at as, okay, this is the standard. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do,
I
or
feel that.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like once you see for yourself that, hey, what you're doing
It matters.
matters and it's an impact. Like you can do bad stuff and make people ruin their lives, you
Mhm.
know. So I just kind of want to put goodness into the world. I want to see my creations be monumental and to more people than what I've already reached. Like I have over 63 million views on TikTok.
Mhm.
And that's like, oh, 63, cool. But I'm trying to touch billions of lives. You
Right.
know what I mean? In a positive manner, of course. And I know I'm not going to be viewed as the best guy all the time. People are going to figure out a way to hate me. They're going to figure out a way to not like me. I'm ugly or short or my hair always sporadic, my beard, my voice is deep or whatever,
Mhm.
you know. But as long as my mission and my points are coming across, and on my deathbed, I can say I did everything in my power to to be the best person I could be while I was here. That's all that matters to me.
Mhm.
Real talk.
Okay. And so, where do you see yourself in the next like 5 years?
Yeah, like I was saying, I probably have a house. I definitely want to have a house. Have at least 3 to 4 vehicles. And this is just my personal life
Yeah.
from what my career has created for me, and also my investments have created for me. But yeah, man, I want to be a dad in the next 5 years,
Yeah.
and I want to be doing immaculately in my career. I want to be like at a point where I'm rarely auditioning
Okay.
for anything, and I'm talking Netflix, I'm talking Paramount, Lionsgate, Universal, any of those, even Blumhouse. Like I'll do some.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, I want to work
Yeah.
with some scary stuff too. Not gonna lie to you, I got some ideas. I got some characters that I definitely want to pull out of the bag, and I got some minds I want to spark. But I just want to be doing great things, and I want to be able to be free financially at those points in my life.
Okay. So yeah, I know it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say I think I know it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be excited to say we did one of your first interviews,
For sure, for
and
sure, for sure.
we'll be looking out for little Mike or little Tate.
Yeah, yeah.
But is there anything else you want to ask or?
For you, I definitely do want to get some answers out of you. So, what prompted this? Because I did ask you that before we got on camera. What prompted this?
I don't know. I told you like I love Jesus. I believe in God. So I don't know. I was doing something else, like a small business. It was like a wellness type of page, and I thought uh, originally I'm like, okay, I can do that as an extension to the business. And then I bought like a mic, had the camera. I was doing it all myself, and I was just like talking to the camera. I was like, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not gonna lie, like this is not me.
Yeah.
And then I prayed about it, and the next day I was like, I'm the type of person, I need solid answers. I don't want to waste my time. So I was like, you know what, God, like if this is what you want me to do, because I keep thinking about it, I keep hearing it, I keep seeing it. If this is what you want me to do, bring me somebody who can help me. Bring me somebody who can do the cameras, like make it look good. I don't want to just put out anything. And I was like, by the end of the week, that was my timeline. So by the end of that same day, I talked to Brian. He was like, I don't really do videography, but fuck it, we can
You
do
can
it.
try for sure.
So,
For sure.
so that thing came about, and I was just like, again, I was like, I don't really see myself. And this is crazy because ask me even a year ago, would I be comfortable doing something like this in front of a camera, talking to people, natural hair, whatever? I would be like, no, absolutely not. But I'm here, I'm doing it. I don't really have an end goal. I don't know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, but it's happening. So,
You're gonna land yourself somewhere
you know,
in a great place. For sure. For sure. You got great energy.
thank you.
Lovely interview, lovely setup. And you're just gonna grow from here.
I
Like,
appreciate it.
before we get off of here, I just want to say, like, anyone who is feeling discouraged, just know storms don't last forever. Like, it's gonna rain, and it might rain for a couple of days. Like, you know what I mean? It
40
might,
days and 40
yeah,
nights.
it might look real sketchy. Like, just a personal thing about me, I was getting fired in 2021, 2020, like job after job after job after, like I'm getting fired, and I ain't even clocked in. I'm fired. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in here. Hey, good morning.
On your off day,
Yeah,
fire.
like, no, for real. Hey, I'm working at Amazon. When I was 20, she turned 21, and I'm at Cheesecake Factory, and they telling me, bro, you clocked in and just sat on the clock. You're fired. I said, bro, I'm at Cheesecake Factory. How, you know what I'm saying? How I get fired? But like, bro, it's really discouraging, and things can definitely, knock you down a couple pegs, and it's just not gonna last forever. I promise. You just got to keep fighting. That's all it is. That's my message for
Yeah, and rejection is always redirection. That's how I see it.
facts.
Rejection, that just means you're not where you're supposed to be. You need a little extra nudge to get where we need you to be at.
And how you were talking about your faith, and you were just saying, like, God, just, show me, bring someone to me that is a benefit, is
Yeah,
an
this is what
asset.
you want. Show me. Bring somebody to help me because I like you said earlier, I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, especially not this craft. Like, anything that involves lights, cameras, and action, you're gonna need folks. You're gonna need a lot of folks. You know what I mean? But I did something similar to that too. Like, I remember I got fired. She was at work, and I went home, and I cried. I had a I had a Mazda, and I remember I let the ceiling back, and I rolled my seat back, and I was just looking at the clouds, and I'm like, God, if you don't want me to work, just say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I don't care no more. I'm not gonna keep coming to you and begging for this and begging for that. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do. You know
I'm
what
ready
I'm
to be
saying?
obedient. That's always my thing. I'm ready to be obedient. That's what people ask me. It's like, whatever he tapped me on my shoulder, say, do this. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, like, I'm a firm believer that we are equipped with everything that we needed the day we are born. It's not like you ain't got it already. You know what I'm saying? You
It's
have
in
everything.
you.
You got the shield, you got the armor, you got the sword. Go fight. Real talk, go fight. You know what I'm saying? In that same year, I ended up on set with Will Smith. So you never know what's gonna happen, I
You
promise.
never know. You just gotta listen to that little chip on your shoulder, little voice. Be
Facts.
obedient. I always say that obedience is key. Even if, like I said, even me, it's like you would have told me a year ago I would be doing something like this. You're crazy.
No, for real. No, for real,
But
for real.
something greater and beyond me was like, no, do it. I need you here right now. Even if it's not something I'm doing long term, this is where I'm supposed to be right now, right here, is doing this.
Ambition, kid. Word up.
All right. So is that it? Are we?
I'm cool.
I think we're ready. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in for this week's episode of On the Come Up with KG. Again, this is Michael J. Scott. Follow him on Instagram. We'll put that somewhere where y'all can see it. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and we'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future.
For sure.
But you guys tune in for next week's episode.